You are listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around good guy, and co-owner of Get It Cleaned, Paul Valverde. Now, on to the show.
What's shaking, New Jersey? This is your host, Paul, here in another episode of the New Jersey Business Podcast. Thank you to those of you who are viewing via YouTube or Facebook or listening to us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Stitcher. So I have the pleasure to have with me today Armando DiRienzo, co-owner of Stumpy's Hatchet House and Tac Ops Tactical Laser Tag, where families have a place to bond, friends have a place to get together, and companies have a place to strengthen their teams. Armando, welcome to the show, man. What's going on?
Thanks for having me. Much appreciated.
Listen, Armando, can I ask you to please share with our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm father of three. I live in Jersey, grew up in Jersey, spent a little time in Philly establishing my day job, my career. But as I got a little bit older, I realized that I needed some kind of creative outlet. So, started with escape rooms and then moved on to this.
Cool. So, I'm sorry, how do you refer to that creative outlet?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been in the financial industry for 22 years. And you just needed some place to build something, be my own boss a little bit.
Yeah.
And my partner and I, that's what we do.
Cool. So you got involved into owning your own businesses, just looking for a creative outlet. That's actually pretty cool. And you say you started with escape rooms, and what do you transition? What was the next thing after escape rooms?
After the escape room, we found Stumpy's Hatchet House. It was right around the time, it was 2017. It was right around the time that the axe throwing thing was really starting to happen in the United States. This has been around in Canada for 10, 15 years, I think. But there was a group down in Eatontown who opened the first Stumpy's Hatchet House. And my partner and I went down there one day and checked it out. It was a lot of fun. And we franchised their first location. And, we had so much fun doing that. I mean, with that, we kind of realized the amount of profit potential that was there.
Sure.
But we had so much fun building that place out that we kind of moved on to the next thing. And we're already looking forward to the next thing after, which the next thing was Tac Ops Laser Tag. And we're already moving on to the next, looking for the next project.
And both of these Stumpy's and Tac Ops are both located in Fairfield, New Jersey, right?
Yeah, they're actually right next to each other. They're in the same building.
Cool.
Right on Route 46.
Tell me a little bit about your role within Stumpy's and Tac Ops.
I although I don't really refer to myself as this in any way other than to be the one to officially sign documents. I'm somewhat of the managing partner, just because I do a lot of the clerical work. But I have a good team. We all kind of collaborate together. My partner, Mike Metzger, and he's been my partner in the financial industry for a while. And he and I kind of bounce ideas off each other all the time. And, it's some of them work out, some of them don't. We disagree on some, but for the most part, we both have a pretty clear vision of where we want to go with this business, or with all these businesses. So, yeah.
Cool. So you wear many hats. Within
Too many.
So, and you have a day job, and you are right now running to a business, and you say that you're actually even looking to go into a third. Tell me a little about how you manage your time. How do you accomplish to be involved in so many things?
Again, we try not to bite off more than we can chew. Stumpy's is established. Stumpy's, I don't want to say runs itself. We still do a lot of the oversight, but we have a fantastic general manager who cares as much about the business as we do. and we trust him when we're not there, and when we have to focus on things for different businesses, we are able to trust that the people that are running the other operations are competent, that they're doing the same type of job we would do, and that's pretty much what it is. We're pretty good at dividing and conquering. Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is that you're very good at delegating, and you have a very good team that I guess matches your values and is able to take care of business the way you would because they care about it just as much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's important that whoever is going to run things in your absence, um, hold the business to the exact same standards that you would. And that's what we have in Shane. He's our manager, Shane Curley. I trust him to, I feel like I could go away for months and he would handle things just fine. But in there's always, Mike Metzger is always there. My other partner is always there also. Um, so it's about putting your faith and trust into people that you're working with. That's I think how we work so effectively.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I hear what you're saying, and now I'm picking up what you're laying down. Definitely have to trust the people you work with in order for things to flow smoothly,
Yep.
and in order for you to be able to be involved in so many different things. So Stump is
Sure.
a franchise. Um, Talk to me a little about the benefits that you found, you and your partner, in getting involved with the franchise.
Um, it's it's a little hard to say. So when we opened Stumpy's, so Stumpy's had one location. It was the original store, and we were their second signed location to open a franchise, but we ended up being the first one open. We were well aware that there were going to be speed bumps, as there are with any company that would transition from being operate or being owner run to something like a franchise or licensing or something like that. And we were aware that there were going to be speed bumps. We were willing to take it all in, and it was a give and take. I mean, you know we saw more benefit in it than we did risk. A lot of people would shy away from that, thinking it's not established, stuff like that. But for us, it was more, hey, these people are relatively new. They have a good model. We think we could have some input in things that we see to be beneficial to the business. And that worked for a while. And then they started to get bigger and things like that. And there's differences. At the end of the day, we don't own the company. We have to operate within the franchise, and
Sure.
there are differences of opinion, as there always will be, but there the there's a bunch of great there's a bunch of other owners that are great within the Stumpy's industry, or the Stumpy's
Franchise.
tree.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've made a lot of good friends, and they're starting to work the way a franchise should. I mean, it's starting to reach that I guess the cohesiveness that you get from all the locations. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I did it.
Cool.
So
Yeah, yeah, it sounds cool, and definitely a unique experience, being that it was in a franchise that was fully established. It had
right.
hundreds of locations, so you kind of were play an important role, I would think, as this was developing and being carried out. So that's actually pretty awesome. So what was the how long after you Stumpy's was open was the Tac Ops place open?
So we Tac Ops was, there were a couple of other things in between Tac Ops. Most notably, I think the rage rooms were something that we considered. Are you familiar with those?
No. Tell me about
Rage rooms. Rage rooms are, I don't know if they're a fad or whatever. I just wasn't keen on the overall business model. But rage rooms are basically people charge people to come in and break stuff. So like you'll get old office printers, old TVs, plates, things like that, and you'll give them a sledgehammer and let them go break stuff in the room.
it. Okay.
To me, it required way too much labor, having employees drive around, pick up stuff that needed to be, that you could destroy,
Yeah.
having to clean it up. I saw too much risk involved in that. So one of the things that we enjoy about Stumpy's is that you get these families and these businesses, these companies and groups of friends that all come together to play. The one limitation that we have at Stumpy's is that you can't have anybody under the age of 18. So we started to look to something that was a little bit more family. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say family oriented, but like kid friendly.
Sure.
So we started investigating things, and one of the things was basically, look, video games are a big deal now. Well, I mean, now they have been since I was a kid, but video games are still growing, and the first person shooter type games are as popular as ever. And we kind of did a little bit of research and found out that there's this new type of laser tag called tactical laser tag. So which is basically kind of objective based laser tags. It's not just run around and shoot each other like you did when I was a kid, and you have like the neon lights and the black lights and the ramps and stuff. It's not like that at all. So what we decided to do was try and blend the immersiveness of an escape room with the laser tag aspect, like the gameplay.
Yeah.
And we ended up with what I think is a fantastic product. I mean, we get the amount of feedback that we get is great, despite the fact that we opened March 1st of 2020. That was rough. Rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we get, we're this close to signing a lease for a second location.
Cool.
It should be done by the end of this month. And, we're looking to take the brand bigger than where it is. We know it has legs. We don't think anybody can really do it the way that we do it. And that's how we got there. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump off on a tangent, but
no, it's great.
Yeah.
So Tac Ops is not a franchise, something that you and your partner basically brainstorm, put together after a lot of research, and
Yep.
you see that is really, like, people are really into it, and now you're looking to add a second location.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Armando, it sounds like I don't know if all these business ventures have been with the same business partner you have now, but it sounds that you guys are very active and looking for the next things, I guess, as your creative outlet, and also a way to use your business abilities. And I like to hear from you, like, when a new idea comes up, what is your immediate reaction? How do you process this? How do you go about taking that idea into becoming something real?
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk me through that process?
I don't, to say that there's a process. So Mike and I have been close friends for, we've known each other for 22 years. We've been good friends for probably, 19 of them. A lot of it is just constant talking through stuff. And, with the Stumpy's thing, it was, when we went to go see it, we were like, wow, this is pretty cool. It has a lot of potential. If it was just a little bit bigger, because our location in Fairfield is, it's about 50% bigger than the original location.
Wow.
So, we realized, you make it a little bit bigger, do a couple tweaks here and there, things like that. Well, a lot of what we do is learning. I don't want to say learning along the way, because it's not, I don't want to make it sound like we are just kind of throwing stuff at a wall. It's not like that, but a lot of it is trial and error that we bounce off of each other. We'll spend days, kind of months, even with this new thing, trying to talk through a project and what different aspects of it, and what kind of money we can make, what the market really potentially could be, things like that. I mean, it's not as easy as most people would think, where you just go in and buy the stuff, throw it into a location, and then just turn the key and it's on and you start making money. It doesn't work like that. Tac in particular, we kind of got off to a good start. But like I said, our grand opening was March 1st of 2020. We had to close down 2 weeks later for 5 months. Then when we reopened in the middle of a pandemic with an indoor facility, where people are pretty much running around, and they don't want to wear masks in the middle of the summer, and it was tough. I mean, that reopening was tough, but we have constantly tweaked things along the way to make it better for everybody. And we do the same thing with Stumpy's, and we'll do the same thing with the next project. Yeah. We're very good at taking customer feedback and implementing it into the business.
Yeah. I think that what you guys do about, thinking about something and then start to do it or work towards it, and then just kind of tweak it and fix it along the way. I mean, that's being an entrepreneur. That's really what it is about. Quite often people they get stuck in the planning stage just because they want everything perfect. And what happens is it's never going to be perfect. And you get so caught up in that, and then actually never comes to fruition. But when you think, make a decision, and then go for it, and then you tweak it, then the more decisions you make, the better you get at making decisions, and the better decisions you're making along the way. So I think that's actually pretty awesome. So talk to me right now in the Stumpy's. Is it mostly a group of friends, birthdays that you get celebration? Is it businesses that come in and have events there?
Yeah, so Stumpy's, prior to the pandemic, Stumpy's core business was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We would sell out in Fairfield. We would sell out every Friday night, every Saturday, I don't want to say all day, but we would open at noon. We would sell out from 3 o'clock to midnight. And Sunday was, kind of close to the same thing. And that was the core business. But what really put the revenue over the top was the corporate events. And we had tons and tons of corporate. I mean, we would have there were days when we had or weeks when we had corporate events every day of the week. Wow. And that would go on for a while. And that's the one thing that has not come back yet from the pandemic. And we're slowly starting to see it come back. But, I understand HR people not wanting to put their neck on the line for an event like that. We're hoping to start to see some corporate events at Tac. I even have, believe it or not, I even have shock bracelets for the boss to wear, so that when he or she gets shot, they get shocked a little bit. I thought that would be funny. But yeah, we're hoping to see the corporate stuff come back. Like I said, it's slowly getting there. Not where we would like it to be, but as the world starts to return to normal, we'll see it come back.
Yeah, I would think so. And you mentioned HR, and you mentioned HR, and I was just, how are you doing with your hiring right now? I know there's
hard.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard. Yeah, I mean, our places are it's difficult. So we have a fantastic staff right now. We really do. And I don't know if you had a chance to read any of the reviews on our businesses. I mean, we have and I think we have something in 3 years in Stumpy's, we have something like, I don't know, 700-800 5-star reviews, and the majority of them are about the staff. And Tac has something like 400, and they're almost all about the staff also. And that goes back to what I was saying before, is you got to have confidence in your staff and know that they're able to do stuff. So we're a little bit picky about who we hire, but at the same time, it's hard to even get people to come in for interviews. There's just, I don't know what it is. It's not a, it's a part-time, they're both part-time jobs. Some people enjoy the host. Working as a throwing coach at Stumpy's is akin to being a host at a restaurant, or it's I always say it's a combination: bouncer, throwing coach, party host. Your job is to make the guests have fun.
Yeah.
And you help them out, you clean up. It's people don't want to give up Friday, Saturday nights anymore. It's not, it's hard to find staff.
Yeah. I think, obviously across the country and other parts of North America, there's what most people are experiencing. I'm glad to hear, though, that the current stuff that you do have, it's a staff that is really helping your business thrive, as customers continually give positive feedback about that. That also speaks to the management, and that speaks to the training, and just the culture within the business, which is extremely important, right? I think now, for employees, it's not really competing so much how much money you can offer them, but it's also the culture that you offer them, what they
Right.
could be a part of. And if it's something that that they're going to enjoy, then obviously the money's good, but they definitely want to be part of something fun, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So I have a few questions for you. It's a lightning round, so it's going to be
fire away.
quick questions. One, what is the part of the businesses that you enjoy the most?
Right now it's Tac Ops.
Cool. What is a part of the business or aspect of the business, either one, that you dread the most?
That I dread?
Yeah.
It's, I have to move around pits sometimes at Stumpy's, and I have to move around reservations and stuff. I don't like having to mess with my schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
You move one thing and then you got to move 50 things. I don't like that.
Yeah. Any book that you would recommend, or maybe person, mentor, someone that you listen to or is inspiring to you?
No, I mean, most of mine are family members, things like that. I couldn't.
Well, that's really,
yeah.
that's really good. That's actually pretty cool. It's more tangible than just listening or following someone out there that there's no real connection with. So I'm sure the people whose opinion you value is because you've seen them live it in and out, right, every day. So
yeah,
that's pretty awesome. All right, cool. And so you kind of share a little bit. And my next question is, what's next? What's your next goal, your next plan? What excites you right now about the future?
I excuse me, like I said, I think we really have something with Tac. I know what our competitors look like. I know what's out there around here. And I know the feedback that we've gotten. And I know that we have the potential to go pretty far with it. I'm very excited about it. It's not a one-stop thing. It's not a single location. It was never intended to be. In the planning stages, we knew where we could go with it. What I'm really excited to do at Tac. I mean, you looked at the pictures you said, right?
Yeah.
So you saw our battlefield. Our battlefield there has one specific design. The beauty of that business is that one specific map, that one specific design, I can open a place across the street from that, theoretically, with a totally different map, and it's not going to cannibalize itself.
Yeah.
People want to play that map. People like compiling the stats. People like finding the cool things that we have. I mean, it's a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of fun to see their reactions, and it's great to see dads and sons and moms and daughters. And so, I mean, it's great to see just families, like, they walk out of there having a lot of fun, and they, people are dripping with sweat because they didn't think that they were gonna exercise that much, and and they're talking, and it really is a great feeling to hear people talk about that. And I think we're gonna run with Tac for a little bit.
Cool.
The next thing, I don't know. We have like 3 things right now that are we're kind of tossing around, but Tac is our priority without a doubt.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing that. And folks, there you have it. Fairfield, New Jersey. You have Stumpy's and you have Tac Ops. So if you're planning your next get together with your friends, you're planning a birthday party, you're planning some kind of team building activity to do with your staff, a corporate event, be sure to contact them. We're going to be linking all of their information so you can get in touch with them and schedule your next event. Armando, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
And I'll be sure
thanks for having me.
Myself as well.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Let me know when you want to come by. All right, man. Talk to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, go to NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. That's NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you and your business. You can also visit our website to learn about sponsorship opportunities and how to qualify for a complimentary gift. Thanks again for listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast.